Welcome to the channel. I hope all of you are doing well. This video is going to be a little bit different. Yes, I'm not wearing sunglasses because I do need to read properly. But one question for all of you. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night wishing that you could build your own media server like Netflix, like Amazon or something like that? If you do, then this video is for you. Take a look at this. So this is Emby, your own personal media server running from your own home to be distributing films and content through your home, and you can even do remote access if you choose to your devices. We can have a quick look at what we've got. These categories we have set up ourselves. This wasn't done for us. We can click on films and we can go in here and have a nice selection of films that we want. If we go to say Blade Runner here, and here's all the actors and actresses that are in it, and if we like say maybe Ryan Gosling and we've enjoyed the films he's in, we can click on him and we get a list of other films that we've actually got on this system that we can watch. When you jump into a film, and we'll pick say Crazy Stupid Love here for sake of argument here, we can just click on play and it starts off with a trailer. It gives you a couple of trailers. So we're going to move forward on this one, and we've got another trailer here, move forward again, and the film starts. So it gives you the true cinema experience. You can turn off trailers, you don't need to have those if you don't want them, but I like them because it just gives you part of the experience. So jumping forward, all types of different media. Some will have subtitles, some won't have subtitles here. You can download open subtitles to add them to it, but equally what you could do, you could click on here and put subtitles on there, and there you go. You've got subtitles playing, so everything hangs together just beautifully. So dropping back here to the main menu, we've seen Crazy Stupid Love, we can go back here, we've seen Ryan, we've seen Blade Runner, and these are the films we've got. If we go back to the top, you can go into say TV series, and it manages your media very, very well. So if we pick something like, I don't know, let's do Dollhouse, an old classic TV series, it shows you again the actors and the actresses that are involved, but you've got the seasons, so you've got the specials there. You can jump in and look at all the episodes for this season here, and we can click on play for any of those. You can do this for season 2, and it just works. It really does work. All this setting up is actually automated for you as well. There's very little work in doing it. Back to the main menu, you can create any folder you want. You can have as many of these My Medias as you want as well. It's how you want things divided up. If you're halfway through a show like Crazy Stupid Love, we're not going to watch any more of that. We can click on that and we can basically remove from continue watching and say remove, and it's gone. And really, any media you've got, the world is your oyster. When you add new things in, they appear in this feed here, in these menu bars here. So whatever you added for the latest thing, bang, 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 there it goes. And this is Emby Media Platform, using your home media to view in a way on any device you want, anything you want, any way you choose. We're now going to teach you how to make this happen. So what you've just seen is a server that's basically running on my own PC with my own media. I'm going to take you on a journey on how you can build this, because we're going to be building this on the Emby platform. So I'll show you how to build it completely from scratch, and you too can have a setup using your own media, obviously, just like what I've shown you here. And that setup will work from a mobile phone. So for instance, where are we? I can fire this up and you can see the Emby client on there. It will work on Fire touch sticks, the Amazon touch sticks. It will work on Apple TVs. And it can work remotely as well. So you can even be away from your home. I haven't set that bit up, but you can be away from your home and you can choose to have something like exactly what you've just seen. Let's go on a journey together, or rather, can we build it? Yes, we can. And that was by Bob the Builder, I believe. But now it's by the Gentleman's Pixel Club. So here we are, ready to go with the install tutorial. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It costs you nothing and it helps the channel grow. And also a comment and a like also helps. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much, but can you double check your subscription if you've done it before to make sure that YouTube hasn't removed you? Alright, so what you see on the screen here is a plain version of Windows, a freshly installed version of Windows. It's Windows 10 Home that we're using for this. And I've got a web browser just down here with a couple of URLs. So the first one you need to go to is www.7-zip.org, and you want to download this executable file just here. This is going to allow us to unpack a file, and then what you do is you go to Emby and that's emby.media, and you go here and you want to download the portable installation. You can find that by literally going to download here, and it will take us to this window. Go to Windows there, and then you've got this download option here. You want the portable installation, this one here, and you basically click on Windows x64 and that will download for you. So this is the downloads folder, and you can see a file in there called system and cards on the table. This bit of video is being reshot because it was zoomed in too far away and it just did not look good when I was doing the recording. So I'm just redoing this little section. So essentially what we're going to do is we are going to delete this here that's not needed for the time being, and boom, that's gone. And you know, assuming that these are the two files you downloaded, you can't do anything with that for the moment. You will double click on this file and just say yes, and then install, and that would install 7-zip for you. We then click close on this, we then right click on that, and we do 7-zip, extract here, and boom, that will extract all the contents of Emby server that we need. So I say this has been done in the past, but I needed you to have a better view of this so you great people could see what's going on. And that will take a moment to do. It'll only take a second or two. You know, we're nearly there. Chop, 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 chop. Dear Lord, it takes a long time, doesn't it? It takes a long time when you're watching it like this. Alright, so that's there. And basically what you do is you right click on there and you do rename, and we call it Emby server. What you would then do literally is you right click on here, you would do cut, and then we would go to our O drive, and then we would right click here and we'd paste it in, and it would appear as that server there. So when we go in here, we've got all this content that you can see here, and we can go to downloads, and we can go in here and you've got the same content there again. So, you know, exactly the same stuff, just, you know, redone. We've redone that video. But what you would also need to do is we need to make media folders for all the films and TV series. So, you know, we create another directory called Emby Media, and in there, if you create these directories that you can see on the screen, we got comedy, we got comedy, we got Disney, we got films collections, Marvel, Star Wars, TV shows, and those are literally all you need to do is create. You can call them what you want because it depends on whatever collection that you're going to have there. And then when that is done, everything is in a good place. The last thing you need to do is you go back here, you go back to Emby server, and you basically find this Emby server here. You click on it, you drag it, and on the desktop, you basically create a shortcut. Oh, you can't see that, can you? No, you drag it here, you put that there, and you do create shortcut. So you've got a shortcut there. I already got one on the desktop, hence that's got a 2 there because, you know, I'm re-showing this a little bit more zoomed in. But yeah, this is just a quick, better view of what we did earlier because it's important to give you all the information. Let's carry on and go back in time a little bit to footage that has already been recorded. And we're literally going to run that. I've done the first part here because obviously I didn't want to show the password and everything that we've got here. So we're kind of set up, ready to go. And this is a web browser. It does the first thing it wants you to do is ask you to pick a language. So I've picked United Kingdom here, and we can close that down. And the next thing it wants you to do is create your first user. Well, I've got this part done. We've called it admin, and we've got the new password, and we've confirmed it. And we say next. And we've got a password match error. Alright, so that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Let's try again. And we say next. And there we go. So this is where we set up the media library. So those folders you saw us set up, they are now important for the work that we're going to be doing. At this point, we want to add the media folders we created already. I'm going to take you through a couple of these because there was a couple of differences on what you need to do. So the first thing we do is we do new library, and the content type, we are going to pick movies here for this particular thing, and we're going to change that to films. We then need to add a folder, so we're going to add a folder right now, and your screen will look something like this. So what I've done is I've browsed to the Emby media folder, and we're just going to say films here, and then we're going to say OK. So this is Emby Media Films, and we do OK to that. And then we scroll down. Preferred metadata language. Well, I'm assuming English for everybody, so we say English here. Country is United Kingdom. Go down here, hit return there. And preferred image download language. These are going to be all the title cards and everything else. We set to English here. Alright. And real-time monitoring, we leave that on. So basically what this means is if we drop files into those folders, boom, there you go. They're going to update automatically and you will see that in action. I leave that ticked. I leave this ticked here. I leave that as it is. Image fetcher, yeah, exactly the same here. All of this you can leave exactly the same. I don't turn that on. Subtitle language, we basically want in English. So English, English, English. There we go. So what this does is if you don't have a subtitle file, it will try and find it for you. And we just say, yeah, that's pretty much it. We just say okay to that. Okay, so we've got this films here. We want to add now TV shows. And TV shows display a little bit different from films. So we click on new library, and TV shows are based into seasons, so you don't have the single entity for every film you've got. In TV shows you've got the single entity for every seasons, and then you drill into that and you've got all the episodes. So the content type here is TV shows. It knows that things is going to be a little bit different on how it views, and I'm just going to change that name to TV, and like before we add a folder. And you end up with something like this. So we say OK to this, and then again scroll down, and this is all going to be English here. United Kingdom again. United Kingdom there. Preferred image download language. English, there you go. Hello. And then we scroll down, and it's the subtitle ones again we want here. And we are going to be choosing English for that. Scroll down. Where is it? There it is. No, where is it? There. Hang on. God, my alphabet is all wrong. There we go. It's English like that. So we say, okay. And there we go. We've got films and we've got TV shows. Now, what I also want to do is I want to add collections. So if we had, say, a whole load of films for one series, you don't want them all going into films because it can suddenly become clogged. I use films for individual ones for maybe 1 or 2 films, and that's it, and collections for things like maybe American Pie, Die Hard, Aliens and stuff like that. Marvel and the Star Wars ones are going to have their own folder. So what we're going to do, using exactly the same settings as we've used before, we're going to create a different type of library. So the films is individual films. You'd have one thumbnail, you go in, that's the film. TV is where you have different kinds of media, so you have the season folders within the image folder for the TV. We now need to create a new library, and this new library is going to be mixed. So mixed content, where we are, there it is. So mixed content, and we are going to call this Star Wars, and we're going to do add, and it will look something like this. So with the Star Wars one here, we say OK, and then again we do all of this. English, country, United Kingdom. And I'm showing you through this because a lot of it is rinse and repeat, but you know what, if you get this right now, then you don't really have to make any changes a little further down the line. So we go to English here, and we are going to scroll all the way down, and we are going to do subtitles. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. And you can't do E for that. You've got to do a checkbox for this, which is, a bit different, but that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. And we say, OK there. So with the icons that you see now, films, Star Wars, TV, we've got movies, mixed content, and TV. I'm going to go ahead in the background and create the rest of the folders we've got, plus add one that I forgot to do, which was a comedy folder when we were setting up the directory. So I'll be back with you in a moment's time when everything is completed on this screen. So here we are back. We've created comedy, we've got film collections, we've got films, we've got Marvel, we've got Star Wars, we've got TV, and now we're ready to go to the next stage. So we do next here again, and preferred meta language English, country is going to be United Kingdom, and then we move forward again. And enable automatic port mapping. This is so your server can work on your network and everything else. We say yes to that, we just leave that as it is, and we do next. And we accept the terms of use, nobody ever reads those, and we're done. So here we are back with a few folders created. There's a few more on the screen. We're zoomed out a little bit more so you can see exactly what we've got. The first thing we need to do is create the dashboard. So what people would see when they go to your environment, what you will see when you go to your environment. So you do this by going to the home screen here. and you've got my media, continue watching, and all these things. Yeah, I don't care too much about these. The media bar is a media bar at the top that automatically updates, but I do care about the library order. So we're going to drag films and put this at the top there. We are then going to have film collections and put that there. I think we'll then have TV and put that in the middle. Actually, we'll then have comedy, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars. So we'll put Star Wars, yeah, Star Wars above Marvel, I think. Yep, so let's just drag that there. Nope, yes, that is in the right place. So yeah, films, TV, films, collections, comedy, Disney, Star Wars. You literally drag them where you want. Now, we need to create a user. So we're going to go to users here, and we are going to do new user. Boom, there we go. So we're going to call this demo user. Nope, wrong keyboard. We're going to call this demo user. And allow users to manage a server. No, we don't want that. We're then going to do save. And this is the user properties. So allow remote connections to this Emby server. Do we want them to be remote? Well, I don't particularly want them to be remote. Allow media playback. Yes, we want all of this. Feature access. Well, I'm just going to leave that as default for the time being. Allow remote control to shared devices. We'll turn that off. Allow a media download in. Yeah, they can download that if they want here. And we scroll down, and yeah, that looks okay actually. Can I see anything here? This is the important one. Allow media deletion from. You don't want to tick that because you don't want your users deleting stuff, because then you've got to put it back. And we do save. Now literally what we do is we have a user called, where are we? We've got the user called demo, so we're going to go here, and we are going to go here, and we're going to do sign out. So here we are, back on the main screen, and we're logged in as the user demo here. If you click on this little icon here, the little cog, and you go to app settings, you can change the order of where you see things and what they are. So if we go to home screen here, very much like before, we can change the order. This is on a user by user basis, but we're not going to do that. We're going back to home, and literally it looks very empty, but this is where the magic happens. This is where the secret sauce happens. So in the background, I'm going to add a film. Watch this. So what I've just done is switched back to the admin user, because they have a couple of options that you don't have as a standard user, and you need this to ensure your setup is fine. So in the background, I've copied a couple of films to the films folder here, and if I do scan library files, that will scan those files, and hopefully it will populate and bring those films in. You can see a 95% there. Boom, it's done that. Now hopefully if we do a refresh, we will see the films there. There we go. And we can go into films, and we got a couple of films there. So that works rather well, doesn't it? Now, we're going to try and copy another film in there. So in the background, I'm just going to do this. Bear with me. So I've copied another film into the background. And if we go into films here, you can see ABBA, Against the Odds. It added that film for us. So it automatically adds media. If we go back to home, you know, we've got that one here. So we've now got 3 films in here. So here's our title screen. Now, you know, you can see we've got 3 films here, which are looking pretty good. If we go into 1984, for example, Big Brother is watching here. You've got a title card for the background. You've got all the cast here. And then, you know, we can resume or do from the beginning. Let's watch from the beginning here. Here, subtitles are set to on for this particular one. And then we can just go forward here. And when he talks, there you go. You've got some subtitles. But let's go back home. And that will take us back to the main screen. And we've got this new window here, which is continue watching. If you don't want to have that there, you could click on the dots and remove from continue watching. And it will say remove, and boom, it has gone now. But all of this is looking a bit empty, isn't it? Let's add a new TV series in the background. Right now we're copying a TV series into the TV folder here. You can see that by the little icon that you've got here. But if you go into each of these, you've got all the metadata and the details about everything, and you know, it really looks quite pretty. It's building a database up in terms of the cast and crew. What is wrong is I don't think 102 Minutes to Change America is very much like ABBA Against All the Odds. Maybe because it's a documentary, I don't know. You can click on home And again, you can drill into each of these bits and pieces here. There's not too much info about this, but it was a god-awful day for Americans and the world, really, on what actually happened here. I always find this particular documentary quite interesting. But if we go back home, you'll see that, as I say, it's looking quite empty. So we're going to click on here, and we're going to do scan library files. And it's scanning the files. Boom, boom, boom. Away it goes. And there we go, 95%, 96, 98. And it is done. So we've now got a rescan of the TV folder. If we go into the TV folder, we'll see Automan. And there you go. There's a title card for Automan. We go into this, and it shows you the cast and the episodes and everything that you've got here. All the different episodes. So this is why things look a little bit different here from the film ones. If there was multiple seasons, it'd be a season 1 folder, a season 2 folder, and so season 3, and so on like that. And if we click back on home, we've now got the latest TV that we've got, and this will eventually update, and we will get an icon here as well. It takes a little while for all of this to happen, because this is magic that's happening in the background. And we're going to do one more. So I think what we'll do is we're going to add something for comedy. So again, I'm going to go away and do that in the background. So we've copied 2 files across for comedy now. Again, we're going to do the usual procedure. Click on the dots and scan library files. And it's going to go away and see what you can see in that folder. We give it a second, and we can drop in through here. We can drop in through here as well. Let's do it that way. And there we go. We've got Robin Williams live on Broadway, Rowan Atkinson live. So we can click on that. And again, more details of what you've got here. We could click on that, and it will start playing your media file. Boom, there you go. This was obviously but a long time ago. 2002 that you've got here. So we're going to go back here, and we're going to go back home. But that is not where the magic ends, because this is the free version of the software. It costs you nothing. It cost me nothing to do this, but I thought it was so good, I actually bought myself the premium edition for this. So if we go here and we go down to where are we? Premiere, Premiere. It wants us to put a key in now. Now, I'm not going to show you my key, because obviously you can then use my key, which will be very upsetting for me, because I will not be the key master. But trust me, I'm about to do this, and I've done this. When you put the correct key in, you get a little box that says your lifetime membership has been updated, or something like that. And there is, but this opens up new options. So here we are, cinema intros. Because I put the key in, I can do cinema intros basically for films, include trailers for new and up and coming films, which is really good, because it will look at this and you will think, hang on a minute, I might want to look at that film. I might want to get that film. So now we've enabled this for movies, for cinema intros. We click on save, and this just makes the experience just a little bit more wholesome. And we go to plugins, and these are the plugins that we've got installed. We want to go to the catalog here, and we basically want to install one called trailers. So there you go, cinema intros. That's what we want. We want that there, and that's going to be installed. And we say OK to that. And it's been installed, there we go. And we say allow for this. And then we're going to go back here to plugins again in a minute's time. Has it done it? Has it done it installing? Yes, it must have done it. Yeah, let's close it down. Let's close it down. It's now installed. Perfect. Yes, it wants us to restart the server. Let's do that. So we weren't going to do it as quick as I was hoping, but hey ho, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. To restart the server, you literally click on that button there, restart server. Are you sure you want to restart? Yes. And we got a little pop-up there behind my screen. I've just realised that when I've been closing those pop-ups and talking about them a little bit, you haven't seen them because they're behind this little webcam that I've got here. But no, that's done. The server has restarted. And we go to plugins. And we've now got cinema intro. So we now want to go to catalog. And we want to add one more. Is it here? Called trailers. And we're just going to install trailers as well. And say OK. OK, the server again needs to be restarted. So back on the dashboard. This is where we restart the server again. Click on the restart. and it's about to restart, and we just say yes to that, and it literally only takes a second. That minute or two must be for huge systems that have been set up, but that's restarted. So in a nutshell, what we've done, we've applied the key to the Premiere area here. We've installed a couple of plugins here for the trailers and the cinema intros, which is great. And we then go to, where is it? There's a cinema option here. Bear with me, I can't see where it is. Where is it? Cinema intros, there you go. Go to cinema intros, and we want it to play 2 trailers. And while you're here as well, basically, if you set up a site on open subtitles, you can download subtitles from here, but you've got to put your username in, and you've got to put a password in there as well. I'm going to do that a bit later. It's not needed for this demo, but it works. Trust me, it absolutely works. So anyway, we're going to go back to home here. And we got a new trailer thing, so we've installed that. We don't want to see that. So remember, how do we change this? Well, if we go here and we go to home screen, trailers, somewhere, we can scroll down and we can turn off trailers. There we go, gone. So when we go back home, so here we are back on the home screen. Now, these have updated a little bit. We've only got 1 TV series, which is why you see 4 of the same icon here. We've only got 2 latest comedy things, while you see this icon here. If they don't update for you, or you think you need to update quicker, click on this icon, click on refresh metadata, and then just say refresh, and it will go away and do that in the background. But what we've done now is we've got a trailer set up. So theoretically, we can play one of these, and we'll do this. We'll do ABBA. We'll play that, and we might see a trailer. We may see a couple of trailers here. So we do play.
Oh, it's a video.
And there we go. This is showing us a trailer for this film here.
Yeah, there we go.
We
That's
can
how
then
you
move forward, and it shows us a trailer for another film, Bob Marley, One Love. And then forward again, and this is now the TV show that we wanted to watch. So you know, perfect. Everything works exactly as you would want it to do, and this system is so easy to set up. It's absolutely gorgeous the way it works. It really is. So one of the great things about Emby Server is it auto updates itself, and I want you to look very carefully at this screen. There's something a little bit different. Yes, the comedy folder, you know, I've copied a whole lot of stuff to a comedy folder here, and you know, we're just going to scroll down and have a look. All of these items have updated. And then you've got Disney items that have updated as well, you know, and it creates all of this. I didn't refresh anything. I've showed you how to force an update if you want, but it does so much in the background that what I've showed you, you don't really need to do all the time, because you've just got to let it do its thing. But if you want to hurry things through, yes, that's what you need to do. You need to basically click on here and do the refresh that we saw here. You know, if we go into films, you know, there will be a couple more films that you can see here. So, you know, there's some more updates in here. And eventually, all the graphics, everything will be updated. So right now, Emby is beavering away in the background, adding media. You can see a few more things on the screen that you've got here that were not there before. But regardless of the web interface that you see on the work that we do, if you put the right client on your device, be it your mobile phone, be it anything, you know, like your TV Fire Stick or whatever, it works literally just like Netflix. So just give you a very quick example. Elsewhere in my house right now, at the time of recording this is being played, and this is being played off the server that you see. Now, it doesn't matter what film that is. You could probably guess what film that is, but you had the perfect client in terms of how it looked, how it hung together and everything. So for me at the Gentleman's Picks Club, Emby is a big thumbs up. Even the free version, regardless of the trailers that we've added on and everything else like that, even the free version is the perfect way to organise your media. It could do MP3 files and stuff like that. We haven't done that. We're not demoing that on the video. I'm not that interested in those, but yes, it absolutely does do those. But yeah, I wanted to take you through something a little bit different, which I hope will be of interest to you, especially if you've got a media collection. And if you've got a media collection, you know what? Things like this are worth looking at. So before we go, sometimes on films, you get a film that will not add correctly, and if it's not adding correctly, what do you do about it? Well, the answer is really easy. You go to the TV database, and this site here, the tvdb.com, basically put in something you're interested in. So we're going to put in, say, Alien 3, and hit return, and make sure that your title of the file that you've got in whatever folder is the name of the film that you see here. You've got alternative versions that you can use here as well, but it uses a TVDB to match the metadata and everything else like that. So as long as your film's titles are tied up with like this, then it should be okay. One I did have a bit of trouble with was this film here. Oops, let's type it incorrectly. Without warning. So, without warning, there was a couple of versions here. So you've got without warning here and without warning here, where you've got two films that are exactly the same. What I ensured was my film title basically in the file name was without warning space dash 1994, and although it can't pick it up because of what we've done there, because it doesn't see it as that, it could actually then decide, that's the right film because you've got 1994 against it rather than 1980, which was the other one that we've got here. So we've got without warning 1980, without warning 1984. That's the one I wanted to show. If we go back to where are we? We pop into films. There's quite a few films there. Yeah, that's the one I wanted to show there, and it was picking up the wrong one. So yeah, a little bit of magic you need to do once in a while, but 99 out of 100 times, everything is fine. I don't have all these films here. You know, I haven't got The Animal Kingdom, I haven't got Foe, I haven't got Fingernails, but it recommends films as well. So, you know, you can basically just click on them. So let's go to Fingernails, and there you go, play. I don't know where it's getting it from. It's certainly not a film that I own. If we click on play, what's it going to do? Yeah, it plays a trailer. Okay, no, it's just, is it just a trailer? No, it's a trailer for Apple TV that is playing about it, an Apple original film. So yeah, you get media tied into stuff that you're not aware of, you've not heard of before, but hey, it doesn't matter. You know, it's all about the journey, and you can build your collection, because sometimes you will see trailers and things that you don't like. But no, wanted to show you this little bit more to add on to this, a supplemental where TVDB is your friend. No, we don't want to update our drivers. That's going to be very bad. Never do this. Never. If you ever get a pop-up like this, never, ever do that. You never want to do that. It will shag your system very bad for you. It really, really will. So I'm going to let you into a little secret now. The video we showed at the beginning of this whole video, this tutorial video, where you could see effectively our Emby server up and running with our content, is the content that we built on this little tutorial video. So you've actually seen right at the beginning the end result of what you get if you follow these steps. Have fun and enjoy building your own personal Netflix called Emby. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.